Alright, this will be my Solar Raid Defenders tier list. I'll just get right into it. I believe that Castle is a B tier operator. You can bring him almost anywhere and make him viable, just with like any sort of setup that you do. Just don't castle your teammates in sight. Pulse, I would say currently is a C tier, maybe a B tier. I'm going to say C. He is a 3-speed with a C4 and has a lot of information, but you have to pull out his cardiac sensor in order to get information out of it. And that's when he's vulnerable and he doesn't have a gun in his hand. Doc, with the recent changes, I think instead of him being like E or F, he's now more like a D tier. You're not going to bring him every single round, but like he's more viable than what he was. I don't think he's as good as a Pulse maybe, but I do think he's more viable than what he was. Same thing with kind of like a Rook, right? But I think a Rook you can get a little bit more out of because of the withstand capabilities, but I'm going to pair them together because when you see a Rook, you probably see a Doc. When you see a Doc, you probably see a Rook. Simple. Bandit, 3-speed, good gun, C4, can help get the wall, but his batteries like are very easy to be like gotten compared to like a Kai Claw. So maybe like a B tier. Maybe he's not like S or A, but maybe he's like a B tier. Like on the same level as a Castle maybe. Like you can make him viable on certain sites, but you can't make him viable on every single site. That sort of thing. Gotta add. Next one, Jaeger. Jaeger's like, I won't say he's S tier anymore because I mean he's been through the ringer, he's been nerfed time and time again. I think for console wise, I think if they tuned back his recoil just a bit and gave him the 31 bullets again, he might be S tier again. But I think he's like along the BA. You could slide him in S, like bring him every single round, but I think like sometimes you don't need him, and sometimes like you can get away with just bringing something else to the table. Mute, I would say either S or A. I'm going to say S because he denies drones, he denies the information, he can help get a wall, he can set up sight, he has a C4. Even if you don't want to bring the shotgun and like you have a smoke or like a castle, like you don't have to bring the shotgun. I mean obviously you probably will and you probably should, but you don't have to. The next one is smoke. Easily S tier. You bring smoke on every single bomb site and he's immediately going to influence the round. He has 3 smokes that you cannot get rid of unless you kill smoke. In order to stop smoke, you have to kill smoke. Simple. Capcan, he's been getting played in Pro League a lot more, and I think he's more viable than what he used to be. I think he used to be like C or B. He might be able to slide in A, but I'm not going. He might be able to. You could probably get away with Capcan in A tier, because like if the team takes too long to clear, you're not looking for Capcan traps every single door. But like the teams that do drone, the teams that will look for them, make him like a B tier. So I'm gonna throw him in B tier. He has a 1.5 on a good gun, C4, 5 EDDs. If you stack 3 and 2, you can get a kill and get a down, or you can spread them out, do chip damage over time or whatever. I think that's my take on Capcan. The next one, Tachanka. I think, alright, this is mostly for console. Alright, so let me get this out of the way. This is more like a console tier list. But it kind of works for PC as well, I'm assuming. Because it doesn't really play that differently. I mean, it does, but not too different. Like, obviously, like, console, you don't drone as much, or it feels like you don't drone as much, at least in my elo. And I'm like Emerald 5, Plat 1. But Tachanka, I think he's C tier or D tier. I think the 14 fire grenades makes him really strong at times. But the fact that Smoke can just throw them and just pull out his gun immediately makes him S tier. He has to, like, he cannot be on the same level as a Castle or Bandit. He has to be like a C or D. Because you have to pull out your launcher in order to get the use out of it. So I'm going to say C because he has 14 fire grenades. He has a LMG that can make rotates. He got the bearing 9. He has a shield. Realistically, if they rework him a little bit more, not rework, but if they tweak his gadget a little bit more, like maybe make the fire last not as long, but maybe it's like a Vulcan, maybe it's like a Goya Vulcan radius, and like a smoke damage, like a gas grenade damage, like the take damage. Maybe you tone it back to like a 10 or 8 compared to like the 14. Maybe that might be better. I don't know. Maybe. Frost. Kinda in the B tier range. Like, she got nerfed this season with her gun going from 45 to 36, and then extended barrel. I mean, it increases it to 41. She doesn't have a C4, but she has a shield, 1.5 still. I mean, it's still a good gun. It's not a great gun anymore. It's a good gun. I think she's B tier behind Capcan. I think she's behind Capcan, right? Maybe C. Maybe C. I'll put her high C tier. Okay, I'll put her high C tier. High C tier. C tier. I'm gonna get hate for that. I know I'm going to. Valkyrie, I don't think she's S tier anymore. I think she's more like an A B. I'll throw an A behind Jaeger. She will always provide some sort of help with the Valkyrie cams, but a lot of the times, like, some people won't watch cameras, especially if you're like soloed or duoed. They won't watch cams, and you're kind of just stuck by yourself. So, like, in some instances, she's F tier because no one watches cams, or she's S tier because you have, like, the best teammate in the world. So I'll throw her, like, A tier. I mean, at most, like, she has info and a C4 to plant deny, so pretty good. Caveira used to be F tier. Hear me out. I think in some maps she can be viable, and I think in some teams she can be even more viable. Her gun does 46 damage now with the extended barrel change. I don't think she's E or F because she got the gun buff, or the gun change with the extended or whatever. So it's 46 on her SMG, and then it's like 65 on her pistol. She has 2 impacts, she's a 3-speed. If you do down someone, confirm it, down another person, go for the Intero. Play that man advantage, that sort of thing. That's how you play Caveira. You still want to play sneaky and silent, but like if you get that man advantage and then go for the Intero, you're not really risking anything. Like, whereas if you down someone and then immediately interrogation, like, I mean, they might kill you off of it. So like, it's like a EF, or not EF, DE, like a DE. I'm gonna throw her. I don't think she's as viable as Rook though. I'll do high E. I might switch it. Okay. Who's next? Echo. I think Echo is like here. And I think Capcain's like there. Because Echo, you can plant deny, you have two cans, kind of like the Valk situation, right? But you have a shield. You still have impacts like a Valkyrie could. But now you're a 2-speed with a 1.5, which Valkyrie doesn't have. So, I'll leave him. I think he's good in V2. Not everybody can play in Echo. Mira, I still think she's like a good pick. I think she's above Valkyrie, in my opinion. I think she could be. Nah, I'll throw her here. Mira, I mean, she's influenced Rainbow Six Siege for like how many years now? I mean, yeah. So, the Vector C4, 2 mirror windows, shotgun to set up sight, that sort of thing. Legion. And this is interesting. I could stick him C, because he lost the tick damage a while ago. He's not as strong. He lost his 1.5 a while ago. Or I could stick him up here because he has 8 goo mines. Yes, they come over time, but it's still 8 goo mines, and like that's a lot of information. I think he might be high C. I think one good buff will bump him to like here, or maybe even here at times. But I think he's high C. I think he's slightly above Frost in the information game. I think Frost has a higher kill potential, obviously, with the 3 Frost mats. But, like, they're a lot bigger, and there's fewer Frost mats than there are Q-Mons. So, and different guns. I mean, this is a better gun than her gun, currently, in my opinion. It's 32 on 900 versus 41 on 600 or 550 or something. Something like that. Ella, she's been nerfed time and time again. I don't like Ella. Some of y'all do. Some of y'all are demons with the Scorpion, but I don't know, man. Like, Ella, I really don't like. I think she's like a D, E, maybe an F, man. I don't like Ella. Hot take. Hottest take. I'm gonna get a lot of hate. I'm throwing her with Caveira. I'm throwing her with Caveira. Vigil. I think Vigil doesn't bring a lot of team play. Like, he doesn't bring a team play, but he can't get drone. So that alone makes him strong, but he doesn't bring any utility. So I think he's like a B tier. I think he's like high B. He might be like here. I like Castle being above him. I like Castle being above him. Because Castle has four barricades, 2 proxies, or a bulletproof cam, shotgun, 1.5. The UMP now does 43 all across the board. I mean, do I think Pulse? Nah, I'm leaving Pulse. Okay. Who's next? Alibi. Lost to 1.5. Okay, let me do this. That? No, they're not worse than Tachanka. Okay, let me. Tachanka. Okay, boom. Right? I'm gonna get a lot of hate. For this. I'm putting Alibi and Ella on the same tier as Legion and Frost. I'm getting hate. Okay, that's what I think. Okay, I think they're kind of like in here, like, man, I don't really know. Like, Ella has 3 Grismont mines, Alibi has 3 Prismas. Do you want more recoil, higher fire rate, less damage, or do you want less recoil, slightly less fire rate, more damage? So like, it's kind of like, which one do you want? You either got shorter impacts or shorter barbed wire. I think Alibi is slightly higher than Ella. I think Pulse is slightly better than Ella. I'm leaving Ella here, and I'm gonna get some hate, but I don't really care. Maestro on console, he's like F because using the cameras on console, like you have to run a 1-to-1 sense to make it feel comfortable. But like, I obviously know like Maestro's good, right? So like Maestro might be like with Echo. I think Echo and Maestro are like same tier. Like same reason, like two bubbles, two evilize, whatever. Two barbed wire or impacts. You can impact trip bailiff. 81 or 80 bullets in a dream. They took the one or whatever. Like, yeah. Clash in my hands, like fucking AS to AS in my hands, right? But realistically, like there's a knife exploit where like you can knife the shield or you can knife her through the shield, so it makes her like F2. But like I think she's still good, so I think I'm gonna throw her like. I think Clash, like even a bad Clash, right? Like even a bad Clash, like spends so much time trying to get people to clear her, right? I'm gonna I'm gonna throw her above Doc and Look. Yeah, yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, fight me. This is my tier list. Kaid, I think he's A tier. I don't think he's S anymore, but I think he's A. Two electro claws. He can get wall. Oh man, he's better than Mute though. He's better than Mute, but like you don't need him on every single bomb site though. I'm throwing him A. Fight me. Mozzie on console S tier because I mean, denying drones on console is crazy. Like this little team comp right here. Hold on. This little team comp right here, crazy, right? Like crazy on console. You got 4 castles, 3 gates, 4 jammers, 3 smokes, 3 pests. You clear 3 drones, so 7 minus 4 minimum, right? So now you got like 3 drones left. 1 drone per person, right? Like that little team comp is crazy. I do think Arunu's like A2. I think Mozzie's like above Vigil. I might throw Vigil like down here. Hot take. Nah, I think Vigil's better than Maestro and Echo. I think Mozzie better than okay. I think that's about right? Or maybe I do like this. Maybe I do that, right? No, I don't think Mozzie's A tier. I don't think Mozzie. Okay, I think Castle A tier. I'm moving Castle up. I'm gonna get so much hate for that shit. I'm gonna get hate. I'm gonna piss off a lot of sim players and shit. I'm gonna piss off people. Warden, I think he's gotten better. Like he has a better pick rate than what he used to, but I still don't think he's like I don't think he's F tier bringing every round. But I don't think he's. See, he used to be like FE. But like he's gotten buffs over time, so I think he's like C. I think he might be above. He's above Ella. Fuck Ella. You know what? I'm throwing him down here. I'm throwing him down there. You can't stop me anymore, man. Like I'm leaving her down there. I'm a Ella hater. Goyo, like if you bring Goyo, you automatically have influence on the round. That's 20 seconds you will not get back. That's 40 seconds. That's 60 seconds. That's 80 seconds. 4 times. Just that alone makes me want to go like, oh, Esther. But I low-key think these 3 are better than those 3, but like, that's just my bias. But like, Goyo, Vector, C4, or TCSG. Like... I don't think he's that good though. Like it's kind of iffy, right? Lamai, sticking with Jaeger. Jaeger Lamai. that sort of thing, right? Malusi, I think she's B tier nowadays. I mean, she's gotten nerfed and nerfed and nerfed and nerfed. I think she's like low B tier, maybe a little bit higher than Bandit. I'm gonna do that. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Right. Next one is Oryx, right? Oryx, I think, just B tier, probably like the best or the second best roamer in the game. I think these two are the best roamers. If you pair an Oryx and a Vigil, like, it's very, very scary together. Like, can't get droned, and then, like, even when he gets droned, he's just gone. He's, like, nowhere to be seen. You pair these three together, like, I mean, they're so strong, dude. They're so strong. Next one is Thunderbird. We're getting towards the end. I haven't put anybody in F tier, and that's probably a good thing, right? I think Thunderbird, like, better than... She gets played way more than Doc and Rook on console. She's probably better than most of these operators. Probably better than that. I'm gonna put her B tier. No, I think, oh, do I think Thunderbird's better than Malusi? Probably. So it might be like more like here, but like I'm gonna get hit if I throw Malusi in C2. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, it's Malusi. She's so strong. She has 3 Banshees. She has impact. Blah blah blah. Barbed Wire is way better than Malusi Banshees currently, right? Barbed Wire is. Fucking Barbed Wire is, right? Hear me out. Malusi Banshee, you step in the radius for half a second, boom, you shoot the fucking Banshee. Gone, right? Gone. There's a little thing in the middle of the Banshee, you shoot it, boom, gone, right? Barbed Wire, right? If you bring 2 sets or just the 1, right? 1, obviously you're getting 2 instead of the 3, right? But if you bring 2, you get 4 instead of the 3, right? So if you bring 2 sets of barbed wire, right? Each one of them takes 2 punches. Remember how Malusi used to only punch it? Punch the barbed wire, right? Like punch. Who has barbed wire? Jaeger. I know Smoke does. Here, let's just do Jaeger and Smoke, right? Barbed wire, right? So, like, if you're pushing a staircase, right? Go punch, punch, then there's the barb. Punch. Actually, wait, no. Hold up. Redo. Because each one has 2, right? And it takes 2 punches to clear 1 piece. So, punch, 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 punch. So that's 2 pieces. You go punch, 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 punch. Like that's, like, compared to Malusi, like, you just walk in the radius and you go black, gone. So, like, Malusi is way worse than barbed wire. So, anyone that has barbed wire, automatically better than Malusi. I say that, and now I'm immediately like, oh, Ella. I'm still sticking Ella down there. Okay. Actually, you know what? Hot take. Yeah, I'm doing it. Fight me. Thorn, I think she's, like, I think she has a good gun. I don't think she has the best gun. I think she's, like, probably here. I think Pulse is better. Fight me. Something like that, right? Zami is, like, S tier. Solus is, like, S tier. And that's my tier list. I mean, like, the lowest tier is, like the low tiers are probably like that. I think Clash is better than Doc and Rook, but I like Shield. But I mean, like, I think that's my tier list for console, at least. I think that's my tier list. Yeah. Alright, let me end this.